back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda Marquez and I'm currently working on my journey to fitness. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, I would love for you guys to subscribe so that you guys can join our journey to a snatched / slim thick summer body. I am also making an effort to try to be more active on Instagram. So if you guys would like to, feel free to follow me at Brendita_143 so you guys can keep up with some of my content. As I'm sure that a lot of you guys are probably aware by now, there's been a lot going on in the world. So I wouldn't want to go without acknowledging that on my channel. I honestly wish that I could have the right words to express how I feel, but I think that there's just a lot going on. But the main point of everything is just that Black Lives Matter. No one deserves to feel in fear or to live in fear every day because of the color of their skin. So let's just work together on this and help spread the word, help spread awareness, and help really in any way that you can, whether it's by making donations, signing petitions. That's something that I've been really trying to do, is sign as many petitions as I can, just making others aware and doing your part to do so as well. I feel like the biggest thing that we can all do right now together is just become the change that we want to see in the world. I've seen that quote so many times and it's so true. You have to exemplify what you would want the world to be. Set the standard, set the example. And so because of everything that's been going on, I was very hesitant to create a YouTube video this week just because I wouldn't want to make it seem as though I don't care about what's going on. But I'm keeping in mind that I made a promise to not only myself, but to you guys, whether it's 10 of you guys that are following me or hundreds of you guys that are following me. I made a promise and I would like to keep that promise. So I'm going to continue holding us accountable every week on our measurements and keeping us on track to help us get to the goals that we have established for ourselves for the summer. Also, since I am going to be showing you guys my measurements, don't forget to take measurements for yourselves every week so you guys can also see and track your own progress as we go forward with the series. This week I did already measure myself early this morning, which is actually going to be yesterday. So this week I actually weighed in at 149.6. I gained quite a bit of weight, but also keep in mind that I have been eating at a caloric surplus, so a little bit of weight gain was expected. Luckily, it doesn't look like I just gained the weight that I didn't want. I ended up gaining some muscle mass. I haven't done an in-body check, but I can just kind of tell from the way that my body looks. As I did my measurements, I did measure my bust and I came out to about 33 inches around my bust. And for my waist, I measured 29 inches, and for my hips or my butt area, I measured 40 inches. So it's slowly but surely it's gonna get to a goal that I want. My goal was 40 inches for my butt. If I could do more, then why not? As for my waist area, I would like to get lower down in the 20s, maybe like 26 inches, 26, 27 inches, give or take, just to kind of see how that looks. And again, this is really just playing with my body and figuring out, okay, like, how do I like this? You know, I'm playing and figuring it out. As I mentioned, I did gain some weight, so I did decide to put myself into a caloric deficit again. This is a part of the journey that we're currently on, is going through trial and error and figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. It's a part of the process, so it's very important that you're patient with it, as well as I have to be very patient with the fact that I have to go through that trial and error to see what's gonna work for my body. I had tried already to eat at a maintenance and to eat at a surplus, and I was able to gain the weight that I wanted in my legs. I feel like my butt got bigger and my legs got bigger, which is definitely something that I want because I want that slim, thick physique. But as much as I've seen the growth in my lower body, I feel like I haven't seen any changes in my upper body, and if I have, it's been very minimal. And so that is why I have decided to go into a caloric deficit, because after listening to a podcast by Jeff Nippard, which I highly recommend it's Slow Metabolism, something like that. I gotta look at the title and I'll link it down or something so you guys can check it out. But it talks about really, if you're just trying to lose weight, you just have to be in a caloric deficit, and sometimes your body ends up adapting to that change. So if you're in a deficit for too long, it could adapt to it. So doing body refeeds, where maybe a couple days out of the week you go back to eating maintenance for just those 2 days, or in a surplus for those 2 days, just to kind of reset your body and be able to prevent it from adapting too much to the caloric deficit to where you're no longer seeing any results. In this process, I'm gonna do my best to retain as much muscle mass as I can so that my legs and my butt basically stay the same. At least that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I know that this is kind of some crazy times that we're living in, but it's also, I think there's also a lot of beauty in the times that we're living in, because we're all fighting for a change, and it's a very necessary change. That is all for this week's video, you guys. I don't want to take away from what we're trying to focus on. The focus is on the Black Lives Matter movement, so let's, you know, continue that, but it shouldn't also take away from the goals that we have for ourselves. So let's continue to work towards those goals and continue to improve ourselves and stick to the journey. I can't wait for you guys to join me on our next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys at my next video.